We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 60. I can't even believe it's number 60. I say this every week, but it's true every time. Good morning, Kat. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Kat. And good morning to you at home.
Good morning to you, our wonderful entrepreneur watching. We can't wait for you to join us on this adventure today. 1 short hour, and you will be entertained. You will learn things. You will be inspired, motivated, all the things. So thank you for being here with us.
I can't wait for show 100.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a celebration.
I want to celebrate today, Kat.
I know, right? Let's just celebrate. Oh, and on that note, I think we should kick things off by going right to Entrepreneur Land.
I love Entrepreneur Land. You all already know this. Our theme for today, I am looking for our theme today, and I am laughing because y'all help me here.
Oh, our theme is honoring your connections.
There we go. Thank you. So I'm going to talk about connections a little bit, Adam. I think that today's fun in Entrepreneur Land is I'm going to bring some podcast spiciness. I have been perusing and just reading some articles about podcasting. So I have notes. I want y'all to know I have notes, but I have to read them because I can't remember that long to be able to quote them properly. So there was an article in Forbes called How podcasting can become a game changer for professional growth. There's one in The Guardian called Deeply Personal and Very Authentic: How Podcasts Took Over the World in 20 Years. And I started to see a theme through all of these different articles of what a game changer it really is to start podcasting. So USA Today, Harvard Business Review, NBC News, BBC, CNN, Fox News, of course, GME. We all have podcast lists that we listen to or recommend. And I thought how interesting it is that 20 years ago, I couldn't even have told you what a podcast was. I had no idea. And here we all sit on this stage today, podcasters.
That's an amazing transition. Can I just tell you that for years, my husband always told me, he goes, you have a voice for radio or podcasting. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And he listened to podcasts and I didn't before. And so I don't know what prompted me to start. I mean, I know what prompted me, but to start a podcast, not ever having done one. And now look, I've been podcasting for almost 4 years. So.
And you're way up in the bazillion episode numbers too, Kat.
Bazillions.
It is bazillion. Honestly, in podcast life, if you get past the first 5, you're considered like older. I'm going to say, because so many people just stop.
Wow.
It definitely is a lot of work that goes into it. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Kat.
Oh, no, that's okay. Go ahead, Adam.
I was just going to say that it's a lot of work goes into it between the recording and the editing, and so I could understand why people stop after a certain amount of time once they really realize what goes into it. So for anybody that has been continuing with it is like major kudos. But I think anybody who even tried podcasting deserves a round of applause, because it is not an easy thing to do, and to make it sound good and keep up with it and everything. And one thing I actually started to realize as I've been getting all of my interviews republished on my new platform is that before I officially started my podcast in 2019, I actually did what is considered podcast episodes long before then. I mean, I have what now would be considered a podcast episode with some people, and it's nice now to be able to look back at those. And because I never officially released them as a podcast episode, now that I have a podcast platform, I can, and I have been starting to release them on my podcast. So I think it's interesting to see just how it has evolved and how it has improved over the years. And it surprised me. So many things have surprised me this week, but it surprised me as to that I actually was doing it back then, and it was just in a different way. So I find the whole evolution of it fascinating.
Can I just say that I think that you have to look at your why. I think a lot of podcasters that are still podcasting is because they have a strong passion for their message and what they do. If you just started a podcast, if you start anything just because someone else is doing it, there's a good chance you're probably not going to stick with it.
Great point, Kat. Great point. And I will just put this out there, Adam, close your ears. Adam's dropped podcasts lately with people like Mark Summers, Olivia Newton-John. It's an older it's an older recording, but how incredible it is. We get to hear their voices. We get to hear the conversation. So I am going to put that out there.
Thank you. And I think I actually just want to add to that is that I've done a lot of phone interviews over the years, and I have those recordings. And now with my current season, if it fits the bill of my entertainment idols, I am starting to release those original phone conversations. And so it's just, again, it just amazes me how all those years ago, here I was having a phone conversation, not realizing how gold that audio would be. And now that I have a podcast, I see how I can repurpose that into a new way for somebody that wouldn't have known that I interviewed somebody specific like Olivia Newton-John. So I feel like it opens it up to a whole new audience. So it's a way to repurpose content that you've been holding on to.
Absolutely. Well said, Adam.
Thank you. So I think it's time that we go into the GME Chronicles. And Kim, I think you have the Chronicles this week.
I do. Our sweet Jillo was not able to be with us today, but she did put together something for me, and we're going to just be transparent. A lot of people want to hide things. We just don't. We want you to know that messy is beautiful, and this is how it works. I did not have time to record them, so we are doing the Chronicles live today, and it won't be as good as Jillo when she records it. And then I put all the pretty fancy things in the video, but we're going to have a good time anyway. Y'all pay attention to what is possible when you come together to do things. So thank you, Adam and Kat, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. I am not Jill Olish. I am Kim White, standing in for her. I am her backup singer, and we have some updates to share today on May 10th, 2024. The GME Chronicles is the celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud to show you what is possible when we come together. So the total of 22 events last week included Kat's Pilates classes, Jill's vision board party. Jill also spoke at World I have to say this right, World Maternal Mental Health Awareness event. Linda Bonney participated in a local book fair, and Yvonne Marchese hosted her play shop and Age Agitators Club meeting. My Sexy Business hosted 2 Groundwork Brigade Mastermind open houses, Sticky Note Time panel and party, Sticky Note Time guided weekend, and 4 mastermind sessions. Congratulations to the Showtime and Simple Publishing masterminds on completing rounds 1 and 4. New rounds begin this week. On Clubhouse, Kat and Yvonne hosted on Monday. Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy room on Wednesday, followed by Jill and Linda's room on Thursday. And on LinkedIn Audio, Donna had her room on Tuesday. Adam posted an interview. My Sexy Business posted 1 blog and 67 YouTube clips. Donna hosted her big show and tell show, and My Sexy Business was live with show 59 of GME. 5 new podcast episodes dropped last week. Go check them out. Bearing It All with Call Me Adam, Late Bloomer Living, Sisters in Service, Mugged Up My Self-Care, and 5 and 15 Interviews Leadership Series. This week's total of 98 brings the grand total to 4,733 amazing things. We look forward to more updates next week. If you're ready to join in on the fun around here, coming up this week is TNT website workshop, Mama Outspoken book launch party, the Money Barista Club, and on May 18th, the Sounds of Silence 5K with Jill. Back to you, Adam and Kat.
That was incredible. And can I just say, for the entrepreneur watching who is afraid to do something because they don't have all the pieces together, I just hope you see that Kim is living proof here that you can do it differently than you have been doing it. You can do it differently than what you expected, and then you can make adjustments moving forward. So like this week, we weren't able to create the video for the GME Chronicles, but we're still able to present them just in a different way. So thank you, Kim, for being living proof.
Those numbers make me, I feel like I need a nap.
I know. I'm reading them, Kat, and thinking, yeah. So we do need to cheers to the numbers, though, because that was impressive. So congratulations, everyone, for all the work that represents, because that work, like it does, it represents a lot of celebrations to be had from all the work being completed, and a lot of lives are being touched by all those things.
A lot of passions coming together. It's a lot of work, but when you see it, the numbers wise, it can be a little intimidating, but it's all because we're passionate about something and we've come together to help each other, and it's working. I'm just going to say it's working. So let's move on. And Adam, do we have a question of the week?
Kat, we do. Here's a question from one of our viewers. It feels like my business is taking over my life. How can I change that?
I'll go last, y'all, because you know I'm going to be spicy.
Oh, well, no, you go ahead, Kat. I see you were about to say something incredible.
No, I didn't want to talk over you, Adam. I tend to do that a lot, and I apologize up front if I happen to do that more. I just think that when we put everything into our business, we're missing out on other things. And we sometimes feel like the only way to do it is the hard way. And Kim has taught me how to do the same thing, but in an easier way, because we want to have a life. We don't want to just be so tired that we just grind in our business. When I mean grind, it's like day in, day out. You fall into bed, you're exhausted. You want to be able to have a business, and I'm going to quote a Kimism here, that you own but doesn't own you. And still have a family, still have a life, still be able to have fun doing things. And I think you have to step back and say, how can this be different? And if you don't know how, I know someone that can help you over there. So that's my 2.5 cents.
I just want to make sure everyone knows that Kat was pointing to Kim, because on the screen it looked like she was pointing to me, but Kim's the opposite way of me. So she's pointing to Kim. Kim can help you with that. Yes, that way, Kat.
So funny.
I would say one thing that I have done to make me feel like I'm not working all the time is that I set what Carrie calls a boom gate of pretty much once Angelo and I sit down for dinner, I don't do any work after that. That's like our time to watch TV together, unless there is something that absolutely can't wait. And in my world, I don't really know what absolutely can't wait another day. But if there is something that somebody feels like absolutely cannot wait, I will do it to get it done. But I make sure that I am 100% done by 9 p.m. Eastern time. This is my time zone is Eastern. So that I'm done by 9 p.m. Eastern time every night. And that is my boom gate, that I don't take. I'm not going to answer emails after that hour. I'm not going to be working on someone's interview to get it posted. It will all just have to wait till the next day. And I didn't always do that. I used to, my mom can attest to this. I used to be up till 12, 1, sometimes 1:30 at night getting interviews posted, especially when I had a traditional 9-to-5 job. Mm-hmm. So I have really changed how I do things. I mean, granted, I don't have a 9-to-5 job like I did, so I do have some flexibility with that, but I do like having that boom gate in place of this is when I'm stopping and everything will just have to wait till the next day.
I love that answer, Adam, and I'm going to bring some spicy to this conversation because we all have more choices than we feel like we do. We feel like life happens to us a lot of times, and if you're like me, you've run full throttle, you've done it the hard way, you have, bumped your head. I've done all of that, y'all. But the reality is, it's not easy to create a life alongside a business, but it's 1 bazillion% possible. And it's the way you set things up. So don't be discouraged, but find ways to change what you're doing and how you're doing it so that you can create a life. Because without that life, you're going to get to the end of your life, maybe with a successful business, but what does that mean if you're the only one standing there? You're in poor health. You don't, you're just burned out in every way. What good did it do you to have success in business? So I think having success in both is the best goal.
Can I just add something, Kim? I think, and what Adam had said was that I didn't even know I needed a boom gate or boom gates until about maybe a year ago. And it's taking one thing and just saying, like you said, Adam, not working past a certain time, not taking phone calls, not taking texts or doing emails. It's a hard stop. And I think that it's important, even if you don't have a business, it's important to have that time with your family and not be on your phone answering phone calls and stuff like that. So I learned the hard way. Yes, I bumped my head many times, but I'm hard-headed. So I've learned my lesson. I'm just going to say.
I think we all have, Kat. Let me just say that too, that I think that we all learn in different ways and different times. And so if you're listening to us talking about this, don't don't feel bad if you rolled your eyes or said a cuss word or whatever it is, because we get that it sounds like a foreign concept to have a life alongside business, but we're here to be living proof that it is possible. So just saying.
And one way to make that possible is with the first half of the Salty Sisters, who is here with us, Kat Corchado. And we are going to go into her segment on health and wellness for entrepreneurs, which will give you a way to get your body healthy and so you can have that life alongside your business. So here we go.
The friggin' fabulous Kat Corchado, proud US Air Force veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Hi, everybody. Here is the last in-bed stretch. Again, do you have a new favorite? There's some that I like because it feels good, and there's some that I don't like, but I need to do them. I'm just saying. So here's the last one. Cross one leg all the way over. You could take your arms slightly out. Of course, if you're too wide, you might hit your partner. And just let the knees go off to one side. Make sure that all of these are appropriate for you. And feel the stretch on one side. Now take it to the other side and notice a different stretch. Like I feel this all the way down this part of my body. Bring it back, switch sides. Cross it all the way over. Doesn't matter which way you go first, as long as you do both sides. And then switch over to the other side. Make sure you breathe and bring it back to center. And then slowly help yourself up. So I hope these stretches help. Remember, you can do them in bed. You can do them in the middle of the day. You can do them before you go to bed. Like I said, these take less than 5 minutes. So back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Well, Kat, I am here to tell you and the entrepreneur watching that your stretches work. I have been incorporating stretching starting this past Monday into my schedule. I'm committing myself to 3 times a week right now. And I have been doing many of the stretches that you have been showing here on GME. And I do feel a difference. I do notice a difference. And it is helping me with my recovery after my workouts. So I appreciate you very much. And if anybody out there is looking for a community to join and they want to feel good in their body, Kat believes everybody has the right to feel good in their bodies. And she is offering a free week to SS Pilates. Now, the SS Pilates community is for women only. So connect with Kat. But here on GME, you can watch her videos and get a lot of the information. So if you're not able to be part of SS Pilates, this is the perfect place to still get some information from Kat.
Oh, thank you, Adam. And just to piggyback on what you said, when you stretch the body, it releases tension in the body, which also releases tension in your mind. So if you have problems sleeping, these might be some stretches you can do before you go to bed. And with that said, we're going to go to the other half, the better half of the Salty Sisters, Yvonne Marchese, also known as my friend, talking about entrepreneurship later in life.
Yvonne Marchese, age agitator, podcast host, community builder, branding photographer, published author, event speaker, and GME roving reporter.
This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. And I have with me today one of our producers, Jill Olish. We are talking about the benefits of intergenerational relationships and how that can benefit you as a business owner. So my question for you, Jill, is do you foster relationships with entrepreneurs that are older than you or younger than you? And in what ways do you think that has benefited you and the other people that you're in relationship with?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I do foster both. I definitely have, I'd even say they're mom entrepreneurs that are closer to my age, maybe even a little bit younger. And then I'd say a lot of them are also mom entrepreneurs that are older. But I'm seeing also that we're all very similar in that the stages that we're coming in, we're all learning the same stuff at the same time, it feels like. So I love the fact that there's wisdom from both those who are older that I have relationships with and younger in different aspects. And I feel like we're all on the same level, regardless of our ages.
Mm-hmm.
And we're able to like, okay, you can bring in this one thing, but I got this side, and we're going to work together and play well together and benefit each other, because you might be able to help me over here, but I might be able to help you over here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to leave everybody with that today. Look for relationships with other people that are outside your age range so that you can have that benefit of just another point of view.
Mm-hmm.
There's no downside to that ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's all for now. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
For those of you that don't know, Yvonne is all about making aging playful. It's been on her mind, it's been in her body. She's been doing all the things to help make aging not so heavy. And if you want to hear more of the interview with Jill Olish, that's episode number 185, where you can listen to more of the conversation with Jill and Yvonne.
I've already listened, Kat, just so everybody knows, and it is so worth the time. It is such a good interview. Jill shares so much of her story. And I am going to call an audible. I think that's what it's called. Adam, skip the commercial. We're going straight into the next segment. So, Kat, can you bring up the next segment, ma'am?
I can. So we are going to go to Denise Millay in helping entrepreneurs be found online. Where are they?
Denise Millay, a findability queen, tech simplifier, game show host, published author, website builder, founder of M Media Group and GME Roving Reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Good morning, entrepreneurs. Today I'm asking you the question, where are they when they search? Where is your searching customer when they sit down to do a search? Are they in front of their laptop or their desktop? Are they on a mobile device, right, and using shorter terminology? Are they driving and they really can't consume written info, or they're using a voice assistant to ask a question? We want to understand that content is requested in many ways, and our keyword choices need to match the language of our customer in whatever setting they're in and deliver something that makes sense for that setting when they're in it, right? Because we want them to be successful in their search. So you want to ask when they're on a desktop, you have more freedom to use different keywords and phrases and specific words, because they're going to be more specific when they type. They're going to think about different ways to look for things and have more time. When they're on a mobile device, we hate the mobile keyboards. We hate scrolling. We don't like scrolling too much. So we might use shorter words, less words. We might use a voice assistant to ask for certain things in search. And we need to deliver the content back so that it's easy to consume in a mobile device. And then when they're driving, they should use a voice assistant. Hopefully they are. And we might want to give an audio clip or a video so they can listen to the audio while they're driving. So there are just ways to think about where this is going, the content is going after you connect with your customer or client, that I think is important for you to consider as you choose your keywords. And we want to move them along in their journey. We want to make sure they're successful when they search, and that just helps them trust us and have more confidence in themselves. And we do all this because we want you to be findable. If you're findable, we want you to be findable, because if they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
It's so funny. I'm sitting there going, yeah, Denise, yeah, that's right. Denise has such a way of explaining things. She's so knowledgeable about how to do all this stuff, all this SEO and blah, blah, blah. She's able to break it down, and you can even get hands-on. And I'm going to personally invite you guys to Denise's virtual scavenger hunt, where she will go into a hands-on version of how to do all these things. You won't go once. I promise you, you want to go back. Her next scavenger hunt is Wednesday, May 29th and Thursday, May 30th.
And it is definitely worth going. She does games. She has prizes. It's a lot of fun. And someone else who's a lot of fun is our next roving reporter, Donna Bender, who has a segment on surprise and delight marketing.
Donna Bender is a certified Givologist branded product specialist, corporate marketing trainer, creator of the Giving Plan, show host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is on showing your appreciation to your clients on another wacky holiday, National Chocolate Chip Day. I stand before you not just as a certified givologist, but as an embodiment of everyone's beloved treat, the chocolate chip cookie. So, in the world of marketing, like in baking, the right mix can create unforgettable experiences. So I'm excited to present 3 creative gift ideas that go beyond the cookie jar to connect with your clients and your employees and your audiences in memorable ways. Well, 1, you could do a beautiful chocolate chip cookie recipe journal. This could be customized with full color images of all the various recipes your company contributes to. You could add business strategies, tips, and anecdotes. It's a great way to celebrate the holiday. Number 2, this is also engaging for your employees and your clients. You can have an interactive chocolate chip design workshop where participants can decorate chocolate chip cookies in a perfect recipe for creating sharing knowledge and building a stronger community around your brand. And 3, could be a DIY, a beautiful, very heavy chocolate chip cookie tin that you can collect different types of chocolate chip cookies that you could deliver to your clients all over town. And it's a great twist on the classic recipes. So let's make this day as memorable and sweet as the very cookies we're honoring. Happy National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, everyone. May your day be filled with joy, laughter, and of course, lots of delicious chocolate chips. Now back to you at the GME studios.
I am so hungry right now.
I know. You know what? I think here's a team building exercise: chocolate chip cookie tasting.
Ooh.
Right?
Yes.
And we get to rate the cookies. I think that's a great team building thing. Don't you?
think that's a great idea, Kat. And what I love about Donna's segment today about National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day is that it's going from chocolate chip cookies to, on Tuesday, Donna has her LinkedIn audio of new nuggets. It's just food everywhere. I love it. So on Tuesdays, Donna has a great room on LinkedIn called New Nuggets, where she talks about all the different aspects of giving and how that can help increase your relationships with your clients. And it's definitely worth tuning into.
I agree.
And somebody else worth tuning into is our next roving reporter, Linda Bonney, where she is going to be talking about conversations and storytelling for entrepreneurs.
Linda Bonney is a published author, conversationalist, writer, storyteller, podcast host, production manager, and GME roving reporter.
Good morning, entrepreneurs. Did you know that entrepreneurs who feel more understood are actually more productive? How can you be understood in conversations? Is it about knowing what delights you, what you value, what you're passionate about in your business? Perhaps it's having somebody else acknowledge what you've just said or share a similar story to yours. I really think that the understanding that we can provide as entrepreneurs in conversations to each other is something that's quite priceless. understanding somebody else's point of view, even if you've never experienced it before, can look like asking further questions, perhaps offering a listening ear, active listening. Now, there's lots of skills that I think I've just shared, and I would expand further on in other segments. But first, let's work on understanding each other and ourselves as entrepreneurs. That's it for now. Back to you in the GME studio.
Oh boy, I love Linda Bonnie's segments. I have to say, I've been telling her behind the scenes this week how her segments have helped me in certain reconnections that I have been having with people. And she has inspired me to ask certain questions. So I am so grateful to the things that Linda Bonnie has been talking about.
Yeah, she makes me think about different ways of saying things, of approaching conversations. And it's just really interesting. And I just love her voice. I just like, she could just talk to me and then I could go to sleep. So I wanted like a recording of Linda, be like, oh yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh,
learned all this thing by hearing, you know.
Yes, yes. She has such a soothing voice.
She
And
does.
something very exciting that is coming up for Linda is she is having her book party to celebrate the Stories with a Sunday Rose collections 1, 2, and 3. The book party is Thursday, May 30th at 5 p.m. Central Time. So we hope that you'll be able to join us for this festive time and celebrate all the hard work that Linda has put into these collections.
Absolutely.
And I need to remind everybody that you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We are so glad you are with us here today for show number 60. And today's theme is honoring your connections. And Kat, I have to make one quick adjustment out loud to the agenda here. We are going to go straight into Carrie's segment, the Money Barista herself. So if you want to take us there, that would be amazing.
I think you just did, Adam. Great job.
Carrie Zarb is a rock star podcaster, brilliant entrepreneur, director of Zinc Business Solutions, cover girl, mastermind leader, and GME roving reporter. Let me introduce you to Carrie Zarb, the Money Barista. In her famous words, let's go, it's coffee time. She also says happy biz beans to you because she's a financial guru. She hosts the Money Barista podcast. She has the Money Barista savings tool that she created and has saved over $100,000 for this community. She also is the leader of the Money Barista Club, where she helps everybody get in control of their finances, and she's the author of the Money Barista book, All Things Money and Coffee. She loves beans of all kinds.
Welcome to the Virtual Cafe for this week's segment on business finances. And today I want to chat to you about where we work on our business finances. Location matters when it comes to working on those heavy things. Have you considered venturing out? Have you considered a co-working space or a local cafe, or maybe just a nice bench in your local park? Have you ever considered changing things up for these less desirable tasks? If this is not an option for you and you are confined to one space, maybe it's time to change that space. Doing little things to change our spaces to make them feel more comfortable can make a huge difference when working on the heavy things like business finances. I'll share a little secret. I've been known to move out of the virtual cafe and set up a temporary workstation at my kitchen table to work on a specific project. I'd open the curtains so I could see the sunshine or the rainfall. This new view gave me the inspiration I needed to embark on something that I thought was yucky work. And that tiny shift made such a difference. I was able to focus, I put my favourite instrumental music on, and I escaped to another world. So where are you working on your business finances? And just a word of warning, if you have a really, really favourite place in your house or your business, be careful not to ruin that space by working on the yucky things. If it is your favourite space, maybe keep it that way. Maybe don't bring your business finances to that special place because you won't feel the same about it again. If you really hate working on the business finances, it is time to change up your space, change your mindset, give yourself a different view so that you can work on them and feel good about it. That's all today from the Virtual Cafe. Back to you, Kim.
I think if you're looking at your business finances, or you feel like it's time for you to look at your business finances, Carrie has the Money Barista Club. The next one is going to be Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I have not become a member yet. It's on my bucket list to do that. But I know that, Adam, you can speak to this quite a bit because you are a member of the club.
I am. And I have to say, Kat, first of all, I cannot wait for you to join. It will make the club that much more freaking fabulous. And I do love Carrie's club. It has provided me a space to work on my business finances and to give me a deadline as to when, if I can get to them beforehand, it gives me the deadline as to when I need to have them done by. But if I can't get to them before the club meets, I know Carrie gives me the space to work on them during the club meeting, which is very helpful. And then this way, if I have any questions to ask her, I can either bring them with me or I can ask her live during the club. So I definitely encourage the entrepreneur out there, if you are struggling with getting in control of your business finances, I strongly would recommend to connect with Carrie to find out how you can become a member of the club, because it has benefited me a lot, and I would just want that for you as well. And somebody else who benefits us is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado, and we are going to be moving into her segment of Military Minute. And today, Kat is going to be talking about confidence after transitioning from the military.
What happens to that confidence when you come out and you transition and maybe things aren't going the way you want them to in a job?
That's a great question. And like I told you before, I walked out thinking I had this in the bag. And the problem is that organizations outside of the military, when we're trying to get a job, don't recognize our military service. We have those soft skills that you can't teach. And such as when you are working with someone, say me and Kim are working together and we don't like each other. And I'm not sure why that would ever come about, but I don't think it ever will. In the military, they're like, they say, look, work, do the job, get the job done. And so we think, okay, that's the way it is on the outside. No, it's not. Or we're told we're overqualified, or maybe we don't, we're perfect for a job and we don't get a call back. People not recognizing our services, specifically for women. We're not seen as veterans. And so people ask us all the time, well, you don't look like a veteran. When you are the service member and your husband is the spouse, for them to make the assumption that you're not the military member, it's hurtful. And then it starts to chip away at your confidence. So even if you came across something that's a perfect fit for you as an entrepreneur, now you're thinking, well, maybe I can't do this. Maybe this isn't right for me. Maybe I can't do this transition thing. And you start to fall down that rabbit hole until another veteran pulls you up and out of the rabbit hole and says, you can do this.
Oh my God, Kat Corchado. I love this segment so much. I love everything you said. And I just felt so much. I don't know what to describe it as, but as you were talking about how, especially as women coming out of the military, you're you're not seen as the same way that men who come out of the military are. I mean, it seems so unfair. And when you were talking about confidence, I just thought to myself, oh my God, do they all need to sing I Have Confidence from The Sound of Music? I mean,
I need a I Am Freaking Fabulous course.
yes, yes.
I love those segments. I love doing it. You know, being a veteran is part of my soul. It's just something that I identify with and have for years. And I love those segments with Kim. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
I love them too. And somebody else I love is our next roving reporter, Jill Olish. And we are going to her segment on For Mama Entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the founder of Mama Outspoken, executive team leader, postpartum awareness advocate, vision board party host, event coordinator, podcast host, GME associate producer, and roving reporter.
Thanks, Carrie and Kim. I am on the struggle bus, and I'm going to be real about it. Coming up soon, in just a few weeks, I have to determine what I'm going to do for my son's care over the 8-week break for summer. Now, the whole point of me becoming an entrepreneur was so I would be able to be home with my son. When he became older, I did go ahead and put him in daycare, which has given me the flexibility of working when he's not home. But now I am on the fence of whether or not to send him to a camp or keep him home and lessen my hours with work. It will take a lot of figuring out some harmony in all the things in my day. But I have to remember that this is why I became an entrepreneur. This is why I joined the My Sexy Business team. This is why I have a GME segment for Mama Entrepreneurs, because your entrepreneurial adventure is based off of what you are telling your business, what you are doing, because we are trying to build a business that we own and doesn't own us. So if it means I spend a little bit more time with my son, I'm going to take it because he is my priority. If it means that I'm spending a little less time face-to-face with my team, then that might just need to be the shift we make. So I'd like to encourage you, remember your priorities and where you can handle a little shift for a few days, a few weeks, or a little bit longer, depending on the season you're in. That's why I love this entrepreneurial adventure, because I'm making it how I need to make it for me and my family. Back to you, Carrie and Kim.
Yes, Jill. She spoke to me.
Definitely.
I don't have small kids at home, but she spoke to me anyway.
Yes, but what I resonated with, I don't have small kids either, but what resonated with me was the fact of why I'm on this entrepreneurial journey as well, to have that flexibility so I can do certain things during the day that I wouldn't get to if I had that traditional 9-to-5 job.
Absolutely.
And I thought I heard her say at the beginning that she didn't know what to do about her son's hair during the summer. Did I hear that correctly? Jill, I just want you, I'm just going to put this out there. If you need someone to give Declan a haircut, give me a call, because I gave my friend a haircut in college one time, and I didn't know that she had layered hair, and I was cutting and I kept cutting layer. And she's like, what are you doing? So Jill, if he needs a haircut, I'm the perfect person for it.
Like, oops, now her hair is here.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to talk about Jill's book party?
I sure do, because coming up this Monday, Jill Olish has released her book, the Mama Outspoken book, and we are having a book party to celebrate. So it's this Monday, May 13th, 6 p.m. Central Time, and connect with Jill to find out how you can attend. And we would love for you to be there to celebrate with her, because this is such an exciting moment for her and for everybody in the community to hear more of her story.
We have a lot of authors in our circle, so that's really awesome. And speaking of awesome, we have the awesome Adam Rothenberg, who is our next segment on entrepreneurs in entertainment. I'm sorry, I forgot to say the king of entertainment interviews, my liege. Let's go to our next segment with Adam.
Adam Rothenberg is a media personality, interview king, clubhouse manager, published author, event coordinator, red carpet correspondent, GME associate producer, and roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. It's Adam, and I'm back in the closet for yet another edition of Behind the Curtain. And today I want to talk about my 2011 interview with the one and only Olivia Newton-John, who you know as the original Sandy in the movie musical Grease. Now, in 2011, this was the second time I was getting to interview Dame Olivia Newton-John. However, it was the first time I was getting to speak with her on the phone. Now, here's the behind the curtain story. I had to take the morning off for my day job because the interview was taking place in the morning, and I didn't want to risk being at work and having something come up that would prevent me from being on time for this interview. So I believe I either scheduled a vacation day or, surprise, I called out sick. Anyway, I got to talk to Olivia for 10 minutes on the phone, and it was like being in heaven. If I could imagine what heaven was like, this was it. When I hung up the phone, I literally started crying. I was so excited that I just got to talk to Olivia Newton-John, somebody I had admired for years. She is truly one of my top 5 favorite entertainers. And that is today's Behind the Curtain story. It's back to you in the GME studio.
That's amazing, Adam. You know, every time Grease comes on, I watch it. Every time I watch it. And if you want to know more about Adam and hear more of his behind the curtain stories, you have to go to his entertainment platform. And yes, I said platform. And look at all the people he's interviewed. He truly is a king in interviewing some of these stars. So I hope you'll take a look.
And I'm going to interject. I need a picture, Adam. That's one thing I need. But I also want to say something about this entertainment platform that probably Adam would like to mute me right now, but he can't because I'm controlling the buttons. And so here's the thing about Adam Rothenberg that is so precious to me is the humility that he has over his entertainment platform, because y'all, he has almost 700,000 unique people that have come to his website just this year. So I think everybody needs to hear that loud and clear, that do not underestimate our media personality and the interview king himself. Do not underestimate his powers.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. And I do have a picture today. This picture is actually very special to me. And I wish it was slightly better quality, but it was the time. And this is a picture not only of me and Olivia, but me and Olivia with my parents. We got to go see her at Westbury Music Fair, which is a concert venue on Long Island. And we got to meet her after the show. And I remember this day like it was yesterday. And afterwards, Olivia couldn't talk that much because she wasn't feeling well. So she had to preserve her voice a little bit because she just finished using it for the concert. And I just remember my mom getting to tell her how inspired she was by Olivia, and because my mom is a breast cancer survivor, and Olivia was just very touched by that. And I'm very, very grateful that we had this moment and that my parents were able to enjoy this moment with me. And it's one that I am never forgetting.
I love that, Adam.
That's amazing.
So, Oh my gosh. So now it is time. I got lost in Olivia Newton-John world. I'm sorry. I was thinking back to that day. Well, now it is time to go into Princess Speak.
Princess Speak is our simple business language for entrepreneurs that has come from our community. We all have these everyday words we use, and this week's phrase or word or whatever you want to call it this week is mamaing. I think that whenever you are doing business and you've been a mama or a daddy or just a human that's great, I think you get these skills that you can do a better job with your business, with loving on your clients, with being good to people. So, honoring your connections today, to me, is about that momming. And we want to wish all the mamas out there a very happy Mother's Day. Kat, I want to personally say that to you.
Thank you, Kim.
Happy Mother's Day. And Mrs. Rothenberg, I want to personally say to you, Happy Mother's Day. And all the Roving Reporter mamas and all the mamas watching. And I could go on, so I'll just stop. But Happy Mother's Day to y'all.
You missed a mama. You, Kim.
Yes, we want to wish you a very happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Honestly, that's one of the best jobs I've ever had in my whole life. Like that to me was the best thing that ever happened.
And I feel like I want to go on record to say you're like a mother to us all in this community. And I think we are very grateful for all the love that you give us. And we just I'm going to just say, we want to give you an extra special thank you and happy Mother's Day, because you are our mother of entrepreneurship and helping us on this journey.
That was such a sweet thing to say, Adam. You're going to make me cry, because it means a lot to me that y'all will let me love on you. Because, not everybody does. I'm just going to say.
I think sometimes people are a little self-protective. And let me just say that Kim is like this with everybody. And every now and then she'll say, oh, I'm the meanie in the bunch. So I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I still don't believe it, Kim. So there you go.
Well, thank you for saying that, but I know I'm mean, Kat. Just saying.
Kim does not have a mean bone in her body.
Y'all are ruining my reputation here. So sweet entrepreneur watching. Not only do we want to wish you inspiration and motivation, we hope you honor your connections and take those mama and skills, no matter if you're a mama or not, and help your clients, your customers feel valued, appreciated, and loved. So love y'all, and let's dance it out. Everybody can dance like Adam.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.